Good morning. Welcome to this morning's meeting of Stewartry Divisional Licensing Board, commencing Tuesday the 30th of August 2022 at 10:30 a.m. Turning to the agenda, item number 1, can we appoint a convener, please?
Happy to nominate Councillor Lowe.
Andy McFarlane, happy to second.
Okay, so Councillor Lowe, you've been nominated by Councillor Howie and seconded by Councillor McFarlane. Are you happy to assume the position of convener?
I am indeed, thank you.
Thank you. I'll hand over the agenda to you.
Thank you. So this meeting is being recorded and live streamed. Could I remind members to follow the good practice guidance, which includes muting microphones and speaking off their video and switching off their video when not addressing the meeting. Should you wish to contribute to any item, you should write speak in the Teams chat function or raise your virtual hand and you will be invited to speak in order. Should your question or issue be raised by a previous speaker, please withdraw your request so we can deal with the business as effectively as possible. Is that okay? So item 2, Sediment apologies. So can we just check that, please?
Thank you, convener. So we have no apologies and we just require your approval for members' remote participation.
So I approve the remote participation by everyone. So item 3, do we have any declarations of interest? Dougie Campbell.
Thank you, convener. Item 10, the application in relation to the Spar High Street Gatehouse of Fleet. As I live locally, I know pretty much all of the staff, and I don't see any reason why I can't participate, but I'll take advice from, I'll take the legal advice from Caroline on that.
Thank you very much, Councillor Campbell.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, convener. If I could just respond to Councillor Campbell. So Campbell, do you feel that you're able to participate in determination of this item in a fair and impartial manner without any prejudice?
I do, yes.
Then my advice is that you can proceed to be involved in determination of that item. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further declarations of interest? Okay, so we have item 4, which is minute of the conjoined board meeting 19th of November 2021. Is this for approval or just for interest? Can I just take advice?
This is just for approval, convener, although I do note that only Councillor Howie was actually present at that meeting, so it's only Councillor Howie that can agree the terms and approve, and we could also just note that he is the only individual who was present at that meeting in November 2021, so it's just asking whether Councillor Howie can approve.
Thank you. Councillor Howie, are you fine to do that?
Happy to approve.
Thank you very much. Item 5, minute of the meeting 24th of November 2021. And this is of the Stewartry meeting. So the two who are still here present, well, one, Ian Howie. So again, it's can you, are they an accurate minute?
Yes, happy to approve.
Happy to approve. Lovely, thank you. Just gonna do something a minute, get myself tidy. Okay, thank you. Right, so the next batch are all the various licenses that have been under delegated authority and reports. So item 6, the occasional licenses, extended hours. Are they to be noted or any comments?
It's just for noting, convener.
For noting, okay. So that's just for noting. Also, item 7, minor variations for noting.
Happy to note.
Happy to note, thank you. Item 8, transfer of premises licenses. I noticed there are quite a lot of those, but are we happy to note?
Happy to know it in general, Convener. I was just wondering, do we have any information on the Crown Hotel Castle Douglas, who are Yummy Delicious? It's just that this premises hasn't operated as a licensed premises for about 4 years. I just wonder if anybody has any information on the applicant on this for this one.
What is the application number then on that one, or the page number?
It is 0082, application 6 on page 31.
Ian Allison
is now joining.
Convener, if I could just respond there, I don't have any information in relation to that transfer other than it's gone through, but our senior licensing officer Cheryl, who understands has been dealing with this, I'm not sure if Cheryl has anything else to add there. Cheryl, have you got anything to add for Councillor Howie?
Hi there. No, apart from that the legal process has been followed and the transfer has been granted, I don't have any details on what they intend to do with it, no.
Fine, thanks.
Yeah, Convener, if I could, sorry, I should have put speaker, stuck my hand up, but I've just had a quick scan on that company, and they are unlicensed restaurants and cafes, takeaway food shops and mobile food stands, according to Companies House.
Thank you for that. Any further comments? Okay, thank you. So are we happy to proceed with the whole of that agenda item and note?
Happy to note.
Thank you very much. So we have, we're on now item 9, the surrender of premises licence for noting, or any comments?
Noted.
Thank you very much. So the first actual new item is Spa in Gatehouse, which is a variation of licence. Has anybody got any comments? And well, can we have some any information, please?
So, Convener, if I may, we do have an agent here to represent our client this morning, Miss Caroline Loudon. I just want to firstly ensure that Miss Loudon can hear me loud and clear, okay?
I can, thank you, Caroline. I can.
Thank you, Caroline. So, Convener, I would propose just to go through this report and then just read out the suggested procedure for its determination, if I may. As you've correctly said, Convener, it's a major variation in respect of SPAR in the High Street Gatehouse of Fleet. The application was received on the 28th of April 2022. We've gone through the usual statutory consultation process. The site notice was displayed Friday the 27th of May to Saturday the 18th of June 2022. Confirmation of site notice signed has been received. The last date for objections representations was Friday the 17th of June 2022, and no objections or representations have been received. The application is detailed at Appendix 1 to the report, and at Appendix 2 is the LSO report advising no adverse comments, and I can confirm that the police also advised that there was no adverse comments. So just in terms of suggested procedure, Convener, you may wish just to hear the police position, hear the LSO, and then allow Ms Loudon to speak on behalf of her client to present the application. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So yes, can we go to the police, please, just for their view on this?
Yes, good morning, Convener. Inspector Stuart McComb on behalf of Police Scotland. We don't have any adverse comment or indeed comment at all to make on this application at all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can we have the same, please, from the LSO?
Yes, good morning, Convener. Julia Farrell, Licensed and Standards Officer. I can confirm that this application is as a result of a reconfiguration of the shop premises, which has resulted in an increase to the capacity. The applicant's agent, I'm sure, will tell you all about it, but I can confirm that I've got no comments to make.
Thank you very much. So yes, thank you. Would you like to speak to this now, Caroline, as agent?
Thank you very much. I would, yes, this is an application for SPAR in Gatehouse of Fleet, and I'm aware I should go too far because actually Councillor Campbell obviously has much more information on it than I do in terms of the practicalities of the shop. But it's a fairly large SPAR store for us, just off the High Street in Gatehouse of Fleet, opposite car parking in an area of green space. And essentially, a lot of the amendments that we seek this morning have come about as a result of pandemic as much as anything, and ensuring that these are noted as activities on the premises licence as they should be to allow the permission to do them. Particular ones would be food to go, the click and collect, home deliveries, pay point, these kinds of things. But we also have a national lottery terminal here. So last year, CJ Link came to me and asked me to have a look at their whole Scottish portfolio of licences, and as a result of that, I've lodged 137 circa applications to ensure that they're all as similar as they can be, obviously, while operating across all the different licensing boards in Scotland and their different ways of doing things sometimes. So that's what it is. It really has been. Yes, there is an increase in the capacity, and we wish to move from 18.49 metres squared up to 28.39 metres squared. And that, as your LSO has commented, is as a result of this reconfiguration. It's new shelving and a new chiller cabinet. But with that, you get a bespoke, almost BWS area, which for some is a better way of looking at it. So I would say this is a very positive application. It's really a bit of an upgrade. It's a checking things through, making sure that we're catching all the activities that need to be displayed on the premises licence as well, and this reconfiguration of store. Hopefully it's a smarter place to shop and a more enjoyable experience for our customers as well. So without any objections and representations, it's really as complicated as that. And obviously I'm very grateful to your officers for reporting as they have done. I would simply move the grant.
Thank you very much. Any comments from anybody else? Okay, so we now move to agreement, if that's what we need to do. And ask the members, please, for their agreement.
Happy to support.
Thank you, Ian.
Happy to support as well.
No issues.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, councillors. So that is agreed. So item 11 is a variation at Kirkcudbright Bowling Club. Do we have other?
Convener, sorry, I beg your pardon. I'll just confirm that decision, if I may, if that's okay, to Miss Loudon. So Miss Loudon, that's okay. So Miss Loudon, the application has been granted in its entirety, and you'll be notified in early course with the amended licence sent out in early course as well. Thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much this morning, Your Honours. Appreciated.
Thank you very much. Okay, right. Ready for item 11, Kirkcudbright Bowling Club. Do we have any representation on this one?
Convener, I do believe we have Ian Allison attending. Is Mr. Allison with us at the moment? Can you confirm? Mr. Allison, are you present and can you hear me? I do see a number there, Convener, with no name, and I'm wondering if that is Mr. Allison. I've been advised that Ian Allison, on behalf of the bowling club, will be with us this morning. Mr. Allison, are you with us and can you hear me, please? Cheryl, can you confirm, are you aware that Mr. Allison has entered proceedings?
I saw a name pop up, but obviously I'm not in control of the screen, but I can see an entry at the bottom that looks like it is him.
Yes, Mr. Allison, I heard him coming on to the meeting. I think the problem may be that when people join by telephone and put their speaker on, I think it knocks them off. So Mr. Allison, can I ask that you leave the call and then phone back in and join the meeting, and then we should be able to hear Mr. Allison.
Yeah,
thanks, Cheryl.
Let's try that. If he's able to hear. Do we just want to proceed with the other bits while he's getting back on, or do we need to wait for him to come back?
Convener, my advice would be just to wait until he can actually come in.
Ian Allison.
is now exiting.
That's Ian off, hopefully back on again soon.
Ian Allison, hello.
Is now joining.
Hello, Cheryl. Hi. Yep. Hi, convener.
Good
Hello.
morning, Ian. Yeah,
Hi.
it's Councillor Lowe, the new convener. So welcome to the
Right.
meeting.
Good, thank you.
So we're just at the start of the consideration. So Caroline, to speak through it, please.
Yes, thank you, convener. So members, this is an application for a major variation in respect of Kirkcudbright Bowling Club, Church Place in Kirkcudbright, and we have here Mr Ian Allison attending, a committee member for the club. The application was received on the 5th of July 2022. We've gone through the usual statutory consultation procedure. The site notice was displayed Friday the 22nd of July to Saturday the 13th of August 2021. I beg your pardon, 22. And contrary to what the report says, I can confirm that a signed confirmation of site notice has been received. So you can proceed to determine this item. The last date for objections and representations was Friday the 12th of August 2022, and I can confirm that no objections or representations have been received. The application itself, members, is detailed at Appendix 1. You'll note that at Appendix 2 to the report, you have the LSO report advising no adverse comments. So in terms of suggested procedure, convener, you may just wish to hear from the police who have advised no adverse comments, but just hear from the police and then the LSO, and then perhaps allow Mr Allison to speak to the application. Thank you.
That's fine. Thank you very much. Stuart, for the police, just your report, please.
Yes, thank you, convener. Again, no adverse or any comment to make on behalf of Police Scotland. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And the LSO?
Yeah, Mary Arvin, LSO. Nothing further to add, no adverse comments. All the variances are in accordance with the Stewartry policy statement, and they happen to come about because of a routine visit I had with one of the board members, with one of the committee members, and it's to allow greater flexibility for them to fundraise for their fundraising activities.
Thank you very much. That sounds great. And Ian.
Yep. Hi. Thanks for that, convener. Yeah, I mean, I keep in contact with the licensing board probably every 6 months just to make sure we're up to speed. Our regulations are up to date, and it's through that we had to make some alterations or variations, I should say. And I mean, they seem to fit in with you, fit in with us, so hopefully everything's a goer.
Thank you very much. Any comments from our elected members?
Happy to support.
Thank you very much, Ian.
No comment.
Happy to support.
Thank you very much. So, Caroline, just want to confirm?
Yes, of course, convener. If I can just say, in with regard to Appendix 1, the terms of children and young persons access, there was a wee bit ambiguity there, and it does say on the appendix it was until 9 p.m. But I understand we had clarifications. You may just want to check this, that it was till 8 p.m. And I think 9 p.m. was advertised, and there was a bit of ambiguity there. So you may just wish to confirm from Mr Allison that the terms for for children, young persons access for 13 to 17-year-olds unaccompanied, is it 9 p.m. or is it 8 p.m, Mr Allison?
Yeah, well, I had words with somebody the other day there, and we agreed to reduce that to 8 p.m. to keep us in line with the times, and then that should keep everything hunky-dory, basically.
It's until 8 p.m. It's just to point that out, convener. So the terms for 13 to 17-year-olds, if the application has been granted, the terms are till 8 p.m. and not 9 p.m. as stated.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Yeah.
But
Okay.
again, that's agreeable with me.
So any further comments on that, or is that one completed?
So is that the decision, convener, to grant the application in its entirety?
Members?
Affirmative.
Thank you very much.
So,
Excellent.
convener, I'll just advise Mr. Allison. So, Mr. Allison, you've just heard from the board. Your application has been granted in its entirety, and you've also just heard that the terms for 13 to 17-year-olds unaccompanied is granted until 8 p.m. just for clarity, and you'll be advised of the decision in writing in early course with your amended licence sent out in early course.
That's excellent. Yeah, much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Members, item 12, there is actually a change that we received notification that
Allison is now exiting.
Get off. So yes, the change, the email that we've just received is that the license has now been surrendered. So I believe that now no further action should be required.
Correct, convener. So as a result of the licence being surrendered, it ceases to have effect. So there is no licence, so there is no item to consider, and we just got that surrendering this morning. The outstanding fees still remain. The total is £660, but my own thoughts are that to attempt to chase the £660 may not be proportionate. It may be a wee bit futile by the time we actually raise actions in the Sheriff Court, and also it may be that we're actually chasing an entity that by that point may no longer exist because the company may indeed fold. So I think we'll just have to write off the fees there, unfortunately, but there is no item to consider now because there is no licence.
Thank you very much. Are members in agreement that we do not chase the fees that are due?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I believe that is everything on the agenda. Next meeting, Friday, the 7th of October, which I'll be conducting from a hotel room in Aberdeen. So I'll make sure I take my papers with me in good time. Stuart, would you like to raise your hand?
Yeah, thank you, convener. Just very briefly, if there was no other more pressing business there, it was just to introduce my colleague who's on the call here, who going forward will be the Police Scotland representative on the Stewartry Licensing Board. This is Deputy Sergeant Caroline Crozier. Caroline's obviously just sitting in on this one here as she gets used to her new role. So it's just to let you see Caroline and introduce her and let you know that she'll probably be the main police representative in these going forward. So thank you for indulging me there.
Thank you very much, and welcome, Caroline.
Welcome, Caroline.
Thank you.
Are you a Caroline or a Carolyn?
I'm Caroline.
Caroline, okay, just that makes 3. Okay, if there's not any other business, we will meet again on the 7th of October. Thank you for your attendance, and we'll see you all around.
Thank you, members.
Okay,
Thank you, convener. Thank you.
Okay,
bye.
Bye.